congressman who is such an avid proponent for nuclear. Maybe you don't know bakit hindi nyo alam. I will also try to speak in English out of respect to our visitor from Argentina. I can also speak in Spanish, but anyway, Congressman Comanco is the only foreigner who has been granted an award by the American Nuclear Society. Alam niyo ba yun? So, that's a very, very high honor because the American Nuclear Society is an organization, not government form. So that shows they appreciate the knowledge that the congressman has. He's not only a proponent of the law, he's a real student and expert in that field. Mamaya, I would have wanted to show some aspects. Kung may tanong po doon sa poll, pwede pag-usapan natin mamaya. Lahat ng aspects. Geologist po kasi ako. But then, I can also talk about nuclear itself, kung bakit, ano pagkakaiba ng nuclear sa iba. Hindi ko na alam kung yung anyway, one important thing po, dalawang konsepto lang dapat natin maintindihan sa nuclear, no? The first concept is called energy density. Kasi po, nuclear as compared to all other sources, ano bang other source of energy natin? Coal, gas, solar. Coal has nuclear has 4 million times energy than all the rest. 4 million times. So isipin nyo, kung nag-drive kayo ng kotse mo, ang gasolina ay, yung high octane. Importante po kasi, that's very important to understand what is energy density. Because if you're running gasoline, anong gusto nyo? Mas mataas, di ba? Pero mas mahal siya. But it's only about 97% versus 94%. Alam na ng difference. Ito, 4 million times. And why is that? It's because of the famous Einstein equation, E equals mc squared. Anyway, kasi ang energy na nagaling is coming from the nucleus of the atom instead of the electrons. When you burn coal, when you burn gas, you're only dealing with the electrons, oxidation. When you go to the nucleus, it's 4 million times. So, anyway, so that's one. Second, nuclear is available 93% of the time. Yung tinatawag ng capacity factor availability. Solar is available how much percent? In the world, about 30%. Philippines, 20%. Can you have solar in this kind of weather now? No. Cannot. The past days. So if we rely on solar, we will not have electricity for the past few days because of the typhoon. Anyway, ito para sa Chinese test sila
Sige. Alam ba? Marami ka lang pagbilan yung test.
Okay, ganito po ang hindi alam ng mga tao that solar power is nuclear power. Alam niyo po kung bakit? Saan ang nagaling ang solar? Sa sun. What is the energy driving the sun? It's nuclear fusion. That's nuclear power. Kaya nga malayo siya, 90 million kilometers. But it is, so solar power is nuclear power from a long distance. Wind power is also nuclear power indirectly. Why? Because the wind, where does the wind come from? It comes from two places. The heat delivered by the sun on the atmosphere the heated wind will circulate, causing the wind, and then plus the rotation of the Earth. The rotation of the Earth is not coming from nuclear, but the delivery of the heat. So indirectly, wind and solar are both nuclear power. So nuclear power is really renewable. So people who say, nagsasabi na ay, why don't we have wind and solar instead of nuclear? They don't know what they're talking about. Because all of that is nuclear. The beauty of nuclear, you're taking it not from 90 million kilometers away, but you can put it right in this town. But you have to protect it because of the 4 million times the energy. Alam niyo po ba, the very first, sino nakapanood na ng Oppenheimer? The movie. You've seen the movie Oppenheimer, right? It's easy to make a bomb. But to be able to get that energy and make it useful is the real challenge. And the guy who did that is an admiral, Admiral Hyman Rickover. He used the nuclear energy to power submarines. The problem with submarines, they're powered by diesel and batteries. When the diesel runs out, you have to go to the surface. Pwede silang tirahin doon na surface. So sabi ni Rickover, why don't you make an engine using nuclear power? But he had no model before that. So ang galing talaga ni Hyman Rickover, he was able to capture the energy, put it into an engine. It's actually the first small modular reactor. And then protect the sailors that are inside. Imagine, you're in a ship, you cannot escape. Nandiyan sa tabi mo yung nuclear power plant. And the nuclear power plant in the submarine allows it to remain under the ocean for years.
Surface anymore.
Don't surface anymore, but they have naubos na yung pagkain nila, nabuang na lang kasi they needed to nandun pa rin yung power.
Pabago-bago.
The first nuclear power plant in the world was in submarines. The nuclear plants on the surface were based on the design of nuclear submarines. How many nuclear submarines are there in the world? America has about 210. Russia has a similar number, 250. The Russian submarines have 2 reactors. So 400 plus 200 plus sabihin natin China, 700 reactors under the ocean. How many reactors now are in the surface of the Earth? 417. America has 94 reactors. Average age 60 years. Mas matanda pa doon sa Bataan Nuclear Plant. So, 700 plus 400, more than 1,000 nuclear reactors are around Earth now. Supplying 10% of the world's energy, 10%. But because of climate change, by the way, nuclear reactors have no emissions. Walang binubugay yan. Punta ka sa nuclear plant. Kung may binubugay yung nuclear reactors, patayin mo nandun sa submarine. So, let's think about that. So when you explain to your children, to your neighbors, to your friends, what nuclear is, a concentrated power made safe by almost 67 years experience. Why will you not use that power? Now, ang gusto nila, paliitin. These are called the small modular reactors. But the first reactor is small modular but high uranium content. Yun po yung submarine. In a nuclear plant, civilian, the uranium content is from 3 to 5%. In a submarine, maybe about 90%. Top secret, yun. Okay. But then that's it. So, but that's important for you to point it out. And then, because of the energy density, alright, so parang lecture. One problem, ito yun lang ako kasi patapos na yung mga tanong tayo, but maybe you don't get this kind of lectures anymore. One of the problems that we have in nuclear is this. Pag sinabi mong nuclear, anong nasa isip? Bomb. Diba? Bomb. Because of many movies. Look at these movies. All of these movies have nuclear, ang kontrabida mga nuclear. How can you fight against Tom Cruise? Diba? So I was just saying before, maybe we should get Manny Pacquiao, you know, Manny Pacquiao for nuclear. Kaya mapapagin si Manny. Anyway, so that's not the issue. Okay, ito na lang, ano? A large amount of energy. So, that's it. Nuclear 4 million times. So which means that one small pellet contains is equal to 1 ton. Ito na lang ang pag-usapan natin. Ha? Ibig sabihin, kung may waste ka, napakaliit. So, energy density. Then second one, ito importante, capacity factor. Nuclear is 92% available. Pag bagyo lahat, umaandar pa rin nuclear mo. Ang solar power nandito 30%, sa Pilipinas 20% lang yan. Ang mahal kong kuryente, the expensive power, is what you replace your solar power. Murang, libre ang solar, pero pag wala si solar sa gabi, yung kapalit niya ay mahal. Yan ay diesel, yan ay iba. Mahal po siya. Yan po, tingnan niyo yung capacity factor ng taas na sa nuclear, ang solar na napakababa sa bagyo lang. Ang problema pa natin, ilang bagyo ang pumunta sa Pilipinas every year?
Tama.
20 plus. So, ibig sabihin, bawat bagyo, wala tayong kuryente. So, yun po. Ayan, sinabi ko na yung 400 tapos ito. Very simple lang, ha? Kasi na lang, may bibili ito. Kaya ko sa kay front of these two experts. Pablo is a real nuclear expert. He was also a regulator in the UAE, and of course, Congressman Coapo knows more than me in terms of nuclear, a lot more than me. And then, so with your indulgence, pahintayin na lang marami. Pero ito kasi importante. Paano ba yung ito? Ganyan, napakasimple po ng nuclear power plant. Nandun yung fission sa control pressure vessel mo. Tapos, yung tubig, kukulong, ita-transfer yung heat ng steam generator, yung steam papatakbo ng turbina. Tapos, ganito yan, no? Dahil tubig yung moderator, na kailangan ng containment structure. Sa tubig, pwede ka magkaroon ng tinatawag na loss of cooling accident o meltdown. Ang konkreto, sinasabi ni Kong kanina, bago mo nagawa ng nuclear plant, ilang billion ang gagastusin mo ng konkreto. Containment structure is very expensive, up to 60% of the cost of the nuclear plant. Ganyan na po yan. So, anyway, so, ano ba na to? Ayan, ito, importante po ito. Si Naramco, nagpatayo ng 3,500 megawatts na solar. Nandiyan lang sa tabi ninyo, sa Baisiya. 3,500 megawatts na solar plant. Nakatayo sa 3,500 hectares because 1 hectare is needed to produce 1 megawatt. Saan kukunin yung lupa pa magsusolar ka? Paano yung mga tanim nyo? Pwede mo may tumubo sa ilalim ng solar plant? Ayun, i-multiply mo yung 3,500 hectares ng capacity factor na 20%. Yung mga 800 lang yan. So, kailangan nila ng baterya ang napakalaki. Ang mahal, ang baterya ba ay mura o mahal?
Mahal.
Napakamahal. Magkano ang baterya ng kotse nyo? 10,000? 6,000? Ganun, di ba? Pang-start lang yan. May electric vehicles dito. Ang problema, okay maganda electric vehicles. Ang issue lang yan, ang pag-charge. Mahal po yan. Sinasabi ko po ito, tingnan nyo ito ha, ganyang kadami. Yung Bataan Nuclear Plant, kung i-rehab na 60 billion, ang cost po ng solar 200 billion. So kung yung nagsasabi na kailangan ng maraming solar, hindi sinasabi ko. Si Meralco, gumastos ng 200 billion sa solar nila. Sabi nila, hindi kasya. Kaya nga, si Meralco ngayon ay gustong mag-nuclear. The number 1 company who wants to have nuclear is MGen of Meralco. Bakit tayo kailangan mag-nuclear? Kasi sobrang mahal ng kuryente. Right? Per capita. And then, 60% of our coal, of our energy comes from coal. Imported po yung coal sa Indonesia, 90%. Hawak tayo sa leeg ni Indonesia, sabi ni Indonesia. Indonesia, ayaw na namin magbenta ng coal sa inyo, patay tayo. Right? And then, Malampaya gas, paubos na. We're depleting, and then, hindi tayo makapag-drill kasi tiniglanin na ng mga insect. ate hanggang ano sabi niyo, di ba? Kung totoo ang sinasabi ng hindi, mag-swimming kayo sa Labrador, 10 meters nasa China ka na. Yung kanilang 10 dash line. Tapos back up. Sobra talagang mahal ng ating kuryente. Ito nga sinasabi ni Juan kanina. Ang median Filipino family, merong gumagastos ka ng 2,000, 3,000 kuryente. Kung inuwi mo pala 30,000, 10% of your take-home pay is being spent on electricity. If you use this metric, it's very expensive. Sa US po, less than 1%. Tanungin niyo yung mga relatives yung nasa abroad. Kung ilang porsyento na kanilang inuwing pera nagagastos sa kuryente. Sobrang parusa po yung mahal na kuryente. Ayan, tingnan nyo. Kaya nga pag dumating ng electric bill, naglulumo yung mga tao. Tama ba ito? Hindi. Did I say? And then, here is, ito ngayon ang plano. Ako'y matanda na. Mark, he looks much younger than me, but slightly older. Here is the problem. Titignan ko lang, ano? This is the plan. Yan po si Secretary Garin. This is the plan of energy consumption for the Philippines. 2022. Karamihan ko, natural gas. Walang nuclear. Walang nuclear. Pag 2040, meron pa rin coal. Mag-i-import pa rin tayo ng coal. Tapos magsisimula na raw ng nuclear. Pero ang nakakatakot po dito, tingnan niyo po yung wind. 144. That is offshore wind. Ipa-plaster yan dyan sa dagat. Ito ba yung nakakatakot o hindi? 144. There was offshore wind. Anong problema dito? May bagyo. Tapos, isa pa, 88. Sobrang laki nitong dalawang ito doon sa nuclear. Tama kasi kung gusto niya magkaroon ng maraming nuclear. Tinitipid po ng DOE yung gusto nila sa nuclear. Bakit? Kasi ang nagkukontrol ng kuryente natin ay sino? Mga oligarch. Mga boytis. Saan nanggagaling ang energy secretary natin? Dati, Lutilla, galing yan sa aboitis. Si Garin, galing sa Miguel. May-ari ng mga coal plants. Kaya, iipitin nila yung nuclear kasi pinoprotektahan yung kanilang mga principal. Walang pakialam kung nagdudusa ang mga tao sa mga kuryente. Basta lang, paproteksyonan yung interes ng kanilang mga principal. Tama ba hindi? Yan. Kung magsalita ka ng ako, tanggalin ako sa trabaho, okay lang paritaya na rin po ako. Pero nakakainis. Kaya kung bayaran yung kuryente ko, pero yung mga nila yung tao. Diba? Eh si Kong Mark, mayaman yan, pero at least he's concerned about it. This is the biggest problem really. Yan po talaga. Ngayon, okay, itong small modular reactor, pinaliliit lang yung reactor niya. Gagawin niyang malaki, gagawin lang sa maliit. Yung ikapagkakasya doon. Tapos pwede mo siyang ikarga, ay sandali lang, ito pala. Can the Philippines handle nuclear? This is, I invite you if you have time to visit us. This is our small research reactor at PNRI. This is the world's first subcritical reactor based on nuclear fuel. Invented, designed, and built by Philippine scientists. And the designer is a woman, this lady. Okay? Si Alvin. Okay, so when people say, can we handle nuclear? Yes, we have this. It's the only running nuclear facility in the country right now. It's not for power, but for experiments. Okay, yan po, this is the reactor. Kaya natin yan. Please visit us so you can see this reactor. Okay? Yeah. So itong SMR na pinagmamalaki nila, why did I like it? Kasi pwede daw ikalka yan. Manufacturer, ikakarga mo, tapos plug and play. Okay? Tapos ito pa, maliit na reactor. Ang dami lang. May coal plant pa dito sa Pangasinan.
Gawa na lang yung
Suwan. Diba? Okay. Ang suwan, maraming binubugang carbon dioxide yan. Ang sabi nila, kung palitan natin yung boiler na yan, ng isang maliit na small modular reactor,
Wala kang coal pero nandyan yung lahat. Okay pa itong plano to? Ilan bang coal plants ang nasa Pilipinas sa buong mundo? Ang dami-dami. Kung palitan mo lang yung boiler ng isang maliit na reactor, na high temperature gas reactor, then you will have. But this is still not yet ready. Ano pa yan? Still being decided. Okay? Yung small modular reactors, narinig nyo na yan. May overhype niyan kasi may 150 designs. Pero, wala pa. Dadalawa lang ang maanap. Yung ACGR sa China at saka sa Russia. Isang electric reactor. Yan ang sabi ko. Too many power points, too few power plants. Kasi wala eh. Yung kakailanganin ng maliit na reactor sa kabubuhan. Okay? So, tama rin si Pong. Yung malaking reactors mas economical. At saka safe siya. By the way, sino magagaranti ng safety ng reactors? Ang magagaranti po ng safety yung regulator, kami po yun. Alam niyo po ba, bawat reactor, this reactor will have two inspectors. I don't know what this is in Argentina. In America, each reactor has two resident inspectors. If there's something wrong with that plant, they can tell the manager to stop. Ang coal plant, walang ganyan. The coal plants self-report in the DOE. The nuclear plant has two independent inspectors. So who will guarantee the safety? If you have a nuclear plant in your laboratory, there will be someone living in that world who will report to the PhilAtом. That guarantees the safety. That's why, thanks to the bill of Congressman Mark, the PhilAtom has to be independent. Hindi pwedeng under yan ng DOE kahit na gusto ng DOE. Pero sabihin, pandalin mo yung nuclear kasi magpa-brown out tayo. Ang sabi ng inspector, boss, may problema. Delikado kasi 4 million times nga. Pag nag-accident, hindi pwede. Kaya dapat. So regulations keep nuclear safe. And independent regulators as stipulated in the law has kept that. Thank you, Congressman Mark, for passing this bill just for that safety po. 20 years na po pinaglalaban yung batas na yan. Alam niyo nung nilalabas pa yan, gusto nung DOE secretary, dapat lagyan ng board, nandun ang DOE sa taas. Bakit mo lalagyan ng DOE sa taas? Kaya nga independent eh. Ang laki po ng paglalaban para matapos lang yan. Okay? So, kailangan ng operator, anyway, ano ko ng iba. Ito yung sinabi ko sa inyo kanina. Dapat gumawa sila ng sinitong po dito sa bata o ito si Ricover. Kasi siya na nagsabi ng, the first nuclear reactors nilagay sa submarines. Yung Russia, dalawa. So, 210 nuclear submarines plus 250, 500 sa natin, dalawa. So, mga 700 reactors in nuclear submarines in the world now. Maybe China. So, 700, 800 reactors under the ocean. Have you heard of accidents? Will they report to their accidents? Anyway, plus 400. So, 800 plus 1,200 reactors in the world right now. So, why do they say it's unsafe? America's 94. Ito, America's 94 reactors supplying 20% of electricity. Kung unsafe yun, why does America allow this to happen? And in fact, President Trump wants it quadruple. Kasi nahuli na po ang America. They start constructing in the 70s. Nahuli na sila. China now is building 40 nuclear plants. 40. May pambasa, tigi-tigi isa. China is building very good reactors, very safe reactors, but cannot deal with it because of politics. Anyway, ito nga, ayan. Sabihin nyo, baka mangyari yung Fukushima. Gusto nyo malaman kung ano nangyari sa Fukushima at saka kung bakit hindi pwede mangyari sa atin ito. Kasi, ganito yan. Ito yung reactor mo. Okay, pressure vessel. Dapat may tubig yan palagi. Nung naglindol sa Fukushima ng magnitude 9, by the way, naglindol pa lang doon sa may bubok, di ba? 6.9 yun. Walang magnitude 9 na earthquake na nangyayari sa Pilipinas. Bakit? Because the strength of the earthquake is proportional to the contiguous length of the fault. Kung ang fault mo ay tuloy-tuloy, malaki yung ma-accumulate na stress. Ang fault natin ay segmented, putol-putol. So yung stress na ma-accumulate, konti lang. Si North Zambales po na nandito, hindi yan ganyan kahaba. Okay? Ang bawal lang, sabihin ko niya mamaya, bawal ka magtayo doon sa fault mismo, pero pwede kang pag wala sa fault, ganyan fault, pero pag tinabi mo, you can decide. Ano nangyari sa Fukushima? Okay. Dito naman i-deny. Hindi nasira ang planta. Ang rating ng Fukushima plant is only 0.170. Ang ating Bataan nuclear plant is 0.4. Mas malakas 3 times yung Bataan nuclear plant sa Fukushima. Okay? Tapos, in-insert nila yung control rods. So, tapos na yung fission. Kaya nga lang mainit pa yung core. Kailangan padaanan ng tubig para yung kotse natin may radiator. Pero yung anong tutulak doon sa radiator na yung tubig ay diesel engines. Nilagay yung diesel engines sa basement. Kaya nagka-tsunami. Pinahang basement. So wala kayo ng cooling. Meltdown na nangyari. Tapos marami kang tubig, yung zirconium plant. Yung, alam niyo po yung sa chemistry natin, electrolysis, water, breaks down into oxygen and hydrogen. Ganyan nangyari dito, napuno ng hydrogen yung planta. Hydrogen isang pinakon. So ang nangyari sa Fukushima is a hydrogen explosion, not a nuclear explosion. Bakit hindi mangyayari sa Pilipinas yan? Number one, Bataan nuclear plant elevation is 18 meters, yung tsunami 15 meters. At saka ngayon, igagaranti mo na hindi talaga mababaha yung diesel engines mo. Lahat ng nuclear sa buong mundo, ginagawa mo yun. So, protected tayo sa tsunami. Kaya nasabi ni Kong kanina, hindi pwede maglagay pag malapit sa Dalampasigan. Pero pag nasa taas, dito, pwede. Okay? So, kaya sabi niya, ang isang pwede mong gawin, instead na gagawa ka ng building, ay palutin mo yung fuel nitong mga material na ito para hindi siya matutunaw na ito yung tawag na trisoc reactor. Pag gumana ito, walang meltdown. So, kailangan marami ka na nito. Problema po na. Pero, skip mo na lang po yan. Sa China, meron ng ganyan. Japan, meron. Tapos, ito, tingnan nyo ito ha. Pag gagawa ka ng search ngayon sa Google search, ganito yung kailangan mong i-entry. Pero pag gagawa ka ng AI Google search 10 times, gusto nyo ba ng mga chat GPT? Ha? Yung mga anak ninyo, nag-TikTok, ang laki ng consumption yan. So, kailangan talaga ng kuryente. Alam niyo, may nagsabi na yung Bataan nuclear plant, gawin daw na siyang data center. What a stupid idea. Kailangan ng energy ng data center. Ba't di mo buhayin yung nuclear plant to supply water? Water to supply the energy. Yan po yung problema dyan. Tapos, anyway, pakita ko na sa inyo, no? Kasi yung America is now desperate to fast-track the nuclear reactors. You know, this is only last a month and a half ago. Yung new research reactor, sabi ni President Trump, bilisan yan. Okay? Bilisan yan kasi kailangan na natin. And then one of them is this company, Ballard, that yung research agreement. I'll just skip this. Ito yung isang company na gusto gumawa ng price reactor sa atin. Okay? Research reactor, hindi makikitaan. Anyway, skip ko yan, pero tapos tinapos nila yung fuel niya, ganyan, no? Parang munggo na kabalot. Munggo size. Tapos, hindi yan, anong tawag yan, hindi yan mag-meltdown. Okay? Tingnan nyo lang, ito yung ginawa niya ng reactor in 10 months. Ginawa nila sa California yan, uulitin sa Pilipinas. Graphite, moderated. Ang fuel niya is helium. Ganyan lang yung size, mga 30. Maliit lang muna, 110 kilowatts. Ito yung fuel na 30 megawatt. So within 2 years, meron tayong reactor na ito doon sa amin. Kaya bang gawin ko sa Pilipinas? Yes. Mahirap lang yung machine na kayo, diba? Pero kaya-kayang gawin. Hindi po PowerPoint yan. Tapos na yung reactor, 25% yan kasi masyadong mahal yung pag-listen sa US. Anyway. So, nilaunch po yan last year. Nandun ako sa pag-launch nila. Anyway, ito naman yung reactor ng Japan. Ito nakakatawa sa Japan kasi meron na sila reactor ng ganyan. 1998 pa. Ininto nila because of Fukushima. It's called the high temperature thermal reactor. Tapos ang ginawa nila, ininto nila yung, ito yung photobats, ininto nila yan. Tapos, amazingly, di natunaw. So this is a very safe reactor. Walang meltdown. Hindi pa rin mangyari Fukushima. So, kung gagawa ka ng ako lang, pabibili ako ng reactor maliit, gusto ko tumato kasi walang meltdown. Pero safe din po yung malaki. At saka mas economical yung malaki. So, wala tayong problema. So, i-skip ko na itong marami ito. Tapos, gusto ko na magsalita. Ayun pa. Ito, nakita ko lang ito ng isang araw, no? Yung mga gusto ng solar at saka ng ito, these are the number of hurricane landfalls in the whole world. Anong pinakamarami? Philippines. Bakit na tayo magaling eh? Mga flood control at saka mga saka typhoons. Imagine 24, and you're going to be putting solar power and then with the solar plants. Tingnan yung nangyari. Tingnan ko yung nangyari ginawa ng ng ginawa ng Babago yan sa Nueva Ecija. Pag tumama yung pag-ilo. Kapag saranggola yung mga ilo. Now, a few words about this plant, which I like very much. Itong bataan, binayang na ito. South Korea is offering to restart it, but it's being held by a lawsuit. May ginawa po kami study. Gano'n ba kamura ang kuryente dyan? Meron kami scientist, itong ginawa niya. At levelized cost of electricity studies. Ito yung mga iba-ibang nuclear nyo na bago. Itong red na yan ay yung Bataan Nuclear Plant Rehabilitation. Pinakamurang kuryente ng mga galing kasi yari na kasi yung planta. Aayusin mo na lang. Bakit ayaw itong gawin? Ito pong dapat malaman nyo. Ano? Pag pinadala ng BNPP, ang fuel kakasa sa isang jeep, malaki. Ang cost $30 million. Tatagal ng isang kalahating taon, 18 months. If this were a coal plant, 620 megawatts, it will require 50 Panamax ships. A Panamax ships is 50,000 tons. Importation cost is $800 million. So even if you spent 1 or 2 billion, you would have recovered the cost in 2 years. Kailangan pa bang i-memorize yan? Hindi ko maintindihan bakit ayaw ng gobyerno 800 million versus 50 million. Ay nako, no? Ngayon, I'll show you the plants. This is the plant in Slovenia. Exact model po ng ating planta. Slovenia, anong population ng Slovenia? Slovenia has 2 million people. 2 million people! Ilan ba population ng Pangasinan? Over 3. Sige, mo mas marami pang tao sa Pangasinan. Slovenia has...
Close to 6.
Slovenia, 6 million.
No, we are 6.
6 million here. 6 million. Slovenia, 2 million. May meron silang lupa, don't 6 pa. And Melania Trump comes from. And then, yeah. And then here one, the second one, na binisita ko. And then South Korea, Korea 2. 40 years na tumatakbo. And they are about to relicense this again. It's not nakakaiyak din ng planta, but the really sad thing is you, after driving past Busan, when you see this, hundreds of manufacturing plants close at 42 and other nuclear plants due to low cost electricity. Almost 1 hour of the drive manufacturing. What's there? Hyundai is there. All of those plants are there. In the 1980s, our economy was bigger than South Korea. This is what we lost when we didn't operate the Bataan Benda. And I can't understand why they don't want to start nuclear again. No? Tapos ito. Now, they say, oh, you cannot construct nuclear plant because we have many earthquakes. These are all earthquakes and faults are exclusionary only if you cannot build on the fault itself. But if you're building a certain distance, you can engineer it. What you cannot build close to a volcano because there's no solution to a volcano. Wala namang butang po sa Pangasinan, di ba? So itong mga disasters sa Philippines, marami tayong typhoons, the most number, 20 typhoons a year. We have volcanoes, we have tsunami, earthquakes, floods, landslides. You're not one of these politics. Politicians and oligarchs, but not market. Actually, flood control. Ang pinakamahirap na ito.
Contractors.
Contractors. Contractors sila, no? May fault ba dyan sa Batanluki? Kasi may nagsabi may fault daw. Ito kasi, yung aking kaibigan doon, may fault sa Lubao. Renowing yan, dinaretso, tinaman natin nandun DLTP. Yan po ay in-extend lang. Ngayon, may fault ba dyan sa Batanluki? Wala po. Fake news. 40-year-old fake news. Okay, bakit? Here is the fault map of the faults. Here is Batanluki. There's no fault according to the faults. Okay? If you notice, dito sa atin, ayun, meron ka ng Eastern Valles fault. Ayan. Meron ka tayong fault dito. Okay? Pero yun yan. Basta wala ka lang doon sa fault, pwede pa. Okay? Pag ginawa namin,
Ulitin ko lang yung sinabi mo ha. Huwag lang pumatong sa fault. Pwedeng magkabila ng fault. Huwag ka lang sa ibabaw.
yes, exactly po. Because if it's, you can engineer that, as what Congressman said in Japan. Siya yung developed country, nandun yung support, they can still engineer it. So, huwag kayong matakot na magtayo dito kahit na may fault. Kasi, aalamin namin kung nasaan yung fault. At saka,
Iwasan.
yung gagawin yung planta ito. In fact, ito ang ginawa ko po yan, pinaligiran ko po yung planta, meron pa doon sa safety side of the radon line. Yung radon, importante kasi yan. If there's a fault, the radon gas, sisinaw siya, madidetect siya. The only thing I'll show is this. Sorry. Itong radon gas. Meron kaming active fault na nakita dyan, malapit sa Ortigas. Ang tawag sa fault na yan, actually, West Marikina ba? Ako nagpangalan sa fault na yan noong 1987. Pinalitan yung pangalan kasi nagreklamo si Mayor Bayani Fernando. Bakit Marikina ang nasa pangalan? Hindi lang naman kami ang tinatawagan. Ang sabi ko, Marikina Valley. Hindi naman Marikina eh. So tinanong ni Philippines yung pangalan. Kaya ngayon ang tawag sa fault, West Valley Fault. Ilang ng valley sa Pilipinas. Ako po yung pangalan niya 1987. So sabi na, it's my fault daw. Sinandal ko sa akin. Tapos ganito. Paano naman yung bukan? Okay, itong column na ito yung mga atin na bukan, no? So pupunta dito pa mas matanda. Nandito po si Mount Natif, halos 1 million, several 100,000 years. Alam niyo po ba to? Laguna Dibay. Nanggaling na kayo sa Maynila? Siyempre. Alam niyo yung Laguna Dibay? Alam niyo yung adobe sa Kamaynilaan? Ang adobe sa Kamaynilaan galing sa Laguna Dibay eruption 20,000 years ago. Hindi nga alam ng taong vulkan yan eh. And Laguna Dibay is younger than Mount Natif. So it's really not a problem. And the second, last test. If there is a volcano, pag active po ang volcano, in 10 to 15 kilometers, there are small earthquakes. This is Pinatubo, may earthquakes. This is in Natif, nothing. So that volcano is really dead. It was just used by the Korea administration kasi hinito nila yung planta, kailangan nilang kumuha ng excuse. They fault daw, at saka meron daw, volcano. Ginawa pang sangkala ng geologist. I'm a geologist. I feel bad. Kasi parang tanga kaming wala kaming ginawa. Ito sa political decision, not a scientific decision. And for here, make sure that the nuclear plant being started is based on science, not based on political fears. That's why I appreciate the Congressman Buang's approach. Let's tingnan natin. Transparency. Walang taguan. Okay? You know, that plan was our senior largest debt item, yung BNPP. We were paying $180,000 in interest. Fully paid po yan. And then, nung time ni Ramos, sorry, tagapangasinan siya, ang daming power, they gave him emergency powers, and then, yun, yung independent power producers, pinapasok nila yung Leander, mga kuryente nila. So yan po yung kwento ng Bataan Nuclear Plant. Huwag naman natin, kaya sabi nga ni Pongmar, sana buhayin na yan kasi pinakamabilis yan eh. 4 years kaya na buhayin yan. Magtatayo ka ng bago mga 7, 8 years. Right, 7 or 8 years. Although the UAE plant was 5 years. The Koreans are. By the way, Pablo, let's look at this. UAE is one of the richest countries in the world with oil. They have 4 brand new large nuclear plants. Think about it, an oil-rich country with nuclear power plants. Why? Tapos tayo, a poor country with a nuclear plant na hindi pinaanda. Wow! So, ayan, ito ba yung ano pala, ito yung sa PBOX, yung standards daw, ang hazardscape natin. Yan tayo, mas marami ko, corruption strategies. Yan yung mga ano natin, ito brand new to ha. So, nandito kasi, citing criteria, marami ratings. Survey ko muna. Ito, paggagawa ka, mapapatay ko na itong susundin dito. Dapat kung din yan, hydrology, periodical. So, titignan yung lahat ng mga, hindi ba papasaya? Sino magre-require po nito? Yung Pilato. Kami. Kahit sa kaibigan ko si Mark, Congressman Mark, hindi pwedeng palampasin yan. Hindi niya rin gusto ipalampas yan. It has to pass. Okay. But if it satisfies the requirements, why not? But safety dictates that it has to be done independently. So, let's look at some of this. Yan. Ground rupture. Nangyari sa Masbate. Ito nangyari. Some of this. I'll just show you some. Ito yung ating map ng Philippines. Ito yung mga faults. By the way, the one that happened in Cebu is a hidden fault here. Not on the fault prints. It's a structural fault bilateral. Ito yung nangyari yun. What area has no fault? And then the earthquakes, all sorts. Ayan. So if you use this, people will say, oh my God, you're going to construct nuclear plant in the Philippines. This is all the centers, so it will be a very small earthquakes. So it was scary. But here, you cannot put the nuclear plant in the fault because if this moves, that building is like that. Mahahati siya. Hindi pwede. So, pero, if you put it some distance, no problem. Okay? For example, you can also do trenching to see kung may fault ka, how long has the fault moved. Okay? So we can do that here. It hasn't been done yet to see just how, when did it move. So what you want to do, here's the fault. This one, no. The formation zone, 5 meters, but then the rest you can put the fault. You can put the fault? No, you can put, sorry, all of that. You can put the nuclear plant. Thank you. So, 2 kilometers daw ang distance to that, 2 kilometers. Let's see, kung papasayon sa inyo. Ngayon, ito kasi yung mga ground safety. By the way, bibili kayo ng lupa sa Manila, advice na. Huwag kayo bibili doon sa reclamation. Kasi yung reclamation, I'll show you, will be subject to what we call, ito yung intensity square. Sa MOA. Nakapunta naman kayo sa MOA? Pumunta na kayo doon sa MOA. Napansin niyo ba? Mga galaw-galaw. Hindi ko alam bakit pinayaran pa ng mga tent. Ayaw ko mag-meeting doon eh. May meeting. Sabi ko, pwede ba sa Quezon City? Huwag kayong bibili doon kasi the last earthquake that has hit Manila is 1968. And there are very few people in this room who was born at that time.
Ruby Tower.
There's a Ruby Tower earthquake. Dahil kasi na was in Casiguran, Quezon. How many buildings have been built since 1968? 100,000 maybe. And many of them, if they follow the code, it's good, but it's not good when you put it in the... So, seismic hazard earthquake models, you can do this. For example, ayan, if you look at this is happened in 1990. Neighbor niyo yan, in Lupa, right? What happened there? The sediments were loose. Okay, what happens, here's the hard rock, then you put a river or reclamation area, loose sediments, and you put the building on top. And earthquake happens, this whole thing moves, but the loose sediments will move faster. So if you have weight on it, it will sink like this. So that's why I'm telling you, don't buy property there in Goa. Okay? They're charging a lot. This is because what happened here. Alam niyo po sa pang-pro, during the 1990 earthquake, there are gasoline stations there that have yung tanks underneath. It went to the surface because they were tinulak sila, no? So, yung ang tawag din po ay liquefaction. Ito yung liquefaction map. Tapos, so 12 meters siya. Okay. Then ito, tsunami. This is more than the tsunami from the west. So, tingnan nyo, delikado yung lahat ng mga areas na sa dagat. Kaya nalipad sa mababang lugar. Okay? Ngayon, wala naman tayong volcano sa awa ng Diyos dito. Okay? Ito yung mga issue. For example, sa Mayon, hindi ka pwede magtayo din. Tamaan ka ng lahat at saka ng dioclose. So, seismic and volcano. So, I'll just give you the example. Pag wala ka din pag landslides at saka coastal flooding. Okay. Okay. Then, pumunta po ito sa LGU. Itong field work, itong ginawa ito sa dito sa inyo. Ayan, number 1. Labrador, last 2 years ago. Anong findings nila? Volcano, walang problema. Fault, meron daw within 2 kilometers. So, sabi mismo ng PIVOX, hindi excluded si Pangasinan because of that fault. As long as you're within 2 kilometers of the fault itself. Pyroclastic density, okay. Okay lahat. Asphalt can be mitigated with plant design. Ground shaking can be mitigated by pollen deprivation. Liquefaction, low-lying. You will not build the low-lying, you will build it in high areas. Okay? Earthquake, landslide, steep mountain areas can mitigate this to protection. Tsunami, low-lying coastal areas. So, ganito bang gagawin pag magtatayo ng local plan dito? Susundin po yan. Sino magsa-certify niyan? Si Pilato. So, dapat ang maging head ng Pilato ay maayos. So, ito yung tapos ito yung close substation. So, okay, here is the map of Labrador, Pangasinan. Okay. So, kung so itong magbabang lugar, mahirap. Pero sa part na to, pwede siya. Nandito yung pong dumadaan, ito yung tinatawag na peak ground acceleration. So, you can find places to build it safe. And then here, so, huwag matakot as long as science is followed and transparency is here. You demand transparency because you want your children to be safe in the future. Anyway, sinabi yung nuclear waste sa Boros ilalagay. Okay. Ayan. Ito pala, no? Yung nuclear waste, babalutin mo ng material na bentonite. Bakit bentonite? Kasi bentonite, clay mineral, may crystal structure siya na layer, negatively charged. So, yung positively charged na ions na reactor. Sa Pangasinan is one of the most abundant bentonite deposits. Alam niyo yung silent deposits sa mga tanan. Pamilingin na niyan bentonite. Bibili na nga ako ng lupa dito bentonite. Anyway, yeah, mga tanan. That's bentonite. It's a very important material, right? So, anyway, ito yung program natin, marami na. Tapos na-approve yan June 11 ng Congress. Ayan. Doon sa Congress, tawa kami, ano? Akala ko din mapipirmahan.
Nakasmile.
20 years kong pinaglalaban yan. Ito. Tapos actually, hindi lang ng mga tao nung White House. Nandun si Congressman. Pero piniklaim itong deal na sila ng pag-ura. Kaya sila po na napalabas ang press release. Pero pinirmahan po yan sa September 18. Independent regulatory, sole authority with respect to nuclear energy and navigation. Ito po yung mga salient features niya. Okay, license application, temporary possibility. So, licensing income, etc. etc. Ito yung mga convention sa kailangan masunod. Tapos ito, sabihin ko na sa inyo, part ito ng saklaw ng Pilato. Last year, may nahuling tao nagbebenta ng depleted uranium. So, nahuli silang nagbebenta. Binibenta nila na parang platinum. May mga nag-dento yata. So, kasi parehong density. So, nahuli po sila. Nung nahuli sila, ang batas natin, Republic Act 2207 of 1968, nakalagay doon, the punishment for illegal trafficking of this uranium is a fine equal to 10,000 pesos. Nung nalaman ng mga nahuli 10,000 pesos, 10,000 pesos lang, ay, digitas ko na nga yung piyansa ko. Yung bagong batas, yun po, millions. At saka may presyo lang. So kaya nga dapat i-implement na yun. So ngayon may problema kami pagdasal dito kasi ito nangyayari pa na may nahuling container lang galing sa atin sa Indonesia na may decision monthly itself kasi mga karoon siya. Anyway, hanggang na po yung aking story, natagala ng konti mark. Pero gusto kong makita ninyo na number one, hindi basta-basta yung nuklear. Maraming pag-aaral at saka ang safety guaranteed pag maayos yung regulation. It's not just because Congressman Mark is such an avid fan. He put up the law to guarantee the safety of the So, kung may tanong po kayo, pero kung sa salamat po.